Hello, everyone, and welcome to another filming funny things to feel like a ferocious female fatale while feeling froggy on feeble attempts to find the Illuminati. Uncle Gary started a TikTok and started buying his groceries solely from the TikTok shop episode of the Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
I only hesitated so long because as I started to read that, I realized I spelt filming
And uncle.
and I spelled uncle wrong. Yeah, unclue, apparently. Tom, who's joining us in the studio?
Joining us this week in the Days Grimm studio is Bri Gipson. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Oh, not too
Hanging
bad.
in
We both
there?
had long drives to get to here, but we're here.
Yes, we are here.
I've just been here the whole time, just for the record.
Yeah, locked in this room.
Yep. I did not long drive anywhere. I'll have the podcast universe know that. Bree, I haven't seen you in 9 days. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I saw you at the Independent Film Festival party thing. I don't know.
After show. You snuck
Yeah,
in
after
to
show,
the
yeah.
after show party.
Yeah, I snuck in.
Everyone was asking who that was.
I was wearing a mustache and glasses as a disguise.
Yeah, it
Not
didn't
this
work.
mustache,
Another one on top of it.
a double mustache.
Maybe that's what they were asking about
Mhm.
because
They were like,
Yeah.
that's an awfully strange looking,
not to judge. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think they were trying to be mean, but
but also
Yeah.
he might be a pedophile. Okay, so anyways, good to see you again. So super pumped that you're in. We've got so much to talk about. Okay, but we haven't seen you in a year. What?
Last time you were on, you came in with a little comedy group called Good Friends Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since then, Good Friends is kind of split up and for no real reason, just busy life. But there's
Yeah.
been some adaptations to that. There's like 2 new little things that have came out of it, and you and your boyfriend are doing your Instagram and TikTok videos, and they're being a huge hit. It's pretty. I think didn't you have one that hit over 1 million?
Yeah, so over, what was it, Memorial Day? Labor Day. No, Memorial Day. It was Memorial Day. One of the videos went viral, I guess. And from that, a lot of the other videos went viral because a lot of my other videos were similar to that. Yeah, and that one currently is almost at 7 million views
That is
on
wild, dude.
TikTok. And yeah, a few others.
I don't think that
trickled in.
it's the similarity. I think that one video, for whatever reason, hit. The algorithm is like rolling the dice in a dark alley, right? And then when you finally hit the right number, I don't know how you roll dice, but you hit the right number
I think
finally.
high number.
Yeah.
Sixes.
Yeah.
You hit double sixes, and you're like, show me the money. Well, then they saw that one clip, and they were like, yeah, this is awesome. But then they went to your channel, and they saw all your other awesome material. Like, all your material is awesome.
Well, thank you. I think it did help that I was like pretty consistent and that I already had like a backlog of a bunch of other content that again was like similar that they liked. And I just got really lucky, honestly. I had no talent involved whatsoever. Pure luck. I don't know how it happened.
You're such a liar. You are talented. You're very talented.
Thank you.
And honestly, your boyfriend, very talented as well.
He's
Jake,
all right.
who, man, I'm blacking out.
It's off camera, but main camera guy.
Yeah, the main camera guy, but
Yeah.
I don't recall if we've interviewed Jake or not. Have we? Has that happened? We have. Yeah, of course we have. Yes,
Right.
JRL, of course.
Not by himself, though.
Yeah, he's gonna come in and do one
Get
for a
in
short
there.
film.
Yeah.
And we are talking about that, so don't you leave here without getting a date with Daddy. Anyways, that being said, what else has changed in the last year? Anything new that other than the Good Friends comedy thing, and you're kind of doing this your own solo kind of comedy thing now?
Yeah, it's nice to like focus on other things. Good Friends
Ooh.
Comedy was like a really good learning experience and really fun, and I don't regret it. But yeah, it's just nice because everyone's also focusing on like their own projects as well. Yeah, nothing. I'm planning for a wedding.
Nice.
Big
For
things.
who? For
For me.
nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were engaged. So it
Yep.
is an engagement
It is.
for
Excuse
sure.
me.
It's official. He said boyfriend. I was just following his lead.
That was my bad.
Tom is very dumb.
I need to jump in there. Sometimes I say boyfriend too. It's not
Yeah,
big.
you got to kind of like set a
It's my
jab,
bad.
you know. No, congrats on that. When did that happen? That's changed.
A long time ago. 2022.
Oh, wait, no. So you were engaged last time.
Yeah. Were we?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Now we're cutting hairs.
Perhaps we were.
But
yeah.
you said you got the chance to focus on other things. What are some other things that you're focusing on? Like
I
other...
was really hoping you wouldn't ask specifically.
okay,
It just kind of
nice.
sounded like a cool thing to say.
Sick. You could just say crocheting and we'll move
Right.
on.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm joking.
Bible study.
My cat.
Right. No, I guess just like my own videos, really. I've just been dedicating all my time to that, and it really has paid off because this is the first year that I've really posted consistently on TikTok. And it worked. Everyone says like consistency, and I'm like, shut up. But it worked, so that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Everybody was right.
Yeah, everyone was right. It's like when they say exercise helps your mental health, and you do it, and it does, and it's like, fuck.
This is dumb.
Yeah, I hate this.
The expenditure might not be worth it. I might just be sad.
Speaking of dumb things, you want to talk about a dumb way to die?
I was hoping you were going to ask. You're familiar with the death of the week.
I am.
This isn't great.
Oh, okay.
This one's not good.
I didn't expect it.
Are you
to
a bird fan? Fan of birds?
I'm kind of scared of them, but I don't want them to die.
Tom,
Okay.
do the honors.
The death of the week.
This week's Death of the Week brought to you by standard.co.uk. Here we go. I don't know what that first word is, and that's just me being an open, honest human being. I think it's pensioner killed by seagulls, written by Harriet Arkell, 12 April 2012. Here we go. A pensioner, which again, as I aforementioned, I have no idea what that means, died from a heart attack when he was attacked by a flock of angry seagulls outside his bungalow home. Neighbors told how former ambulance driver disturbed a nest of chicks as he tried to clean bird droppings from the roof of his garage in Ainsley, North Wales. That explains a lot. That the pensioner is like a retired person, I bet. That's what it is. These are weird terms that
On a pension.
Yeah, that's what these English people are doing. The parent birds, joined by other gulls, swooped on the 80-year-old, knocking him off the wall on which he was standing and on the ground, where they continued to peck at him as he lay unconscious. He suffered a suspected heart attack and was pronounced dead at the scene. David Roberts, who lives near Mr. or on the Craigydon estate, said he ran to help his neighbor when he heard the noise of the gull attack, but was too late. He said, and I quote, "There was a seagull nest on the roof of his garage, and he was always really annoyed by all the droppings. He was standing on a 2-foot-high garden wall, poking at the chicks with a stick, trying to shoo them away. And while the chicks were scared off, their parents were very upset." He goes on to say, "They started swooping and dive bombing him, and eventually Wolf lost his balance and fell off, banging his head really hard." Brian Souter, who lives next door to Mr. Roby as well in the village of Binlek, said the birds deliberately targeted the widower.
+1 for bird flu?
This was a targeted attack, ladies and gentlemen. I want it to be known there are seagulls out here head hunting. Just for the record, again, that reference was standard.co.uk, the standard. And also, I think they have a seagull for a logo, is what it seems like.
Yikes.
Yeah, they are
Yikes.
really back in the seagull community, and I respect it. What are your thoughts on that, Bri? Right away, go.
Did they have the logo before or after the story?
I think it was influenced by Mr.
Right.
What's his nuts? Yeah,
I guess I don't know what that means specifically. It kind of seems like they didn't really express any condolences, so it's almost like they planned the attack themselves.
Government drones, essentially.
Yeah, and it's really sad. Honestly, that's just really heartbreaking.
It does sound like an inside job, honestly.
Yeah.
Real kind
You
of
need
like
too much.
kind of like putting out 9/11 vibes. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's rough, man. Have you ever been flogged by a larger bird, Thomas?
I fed seagulls out of my hand.
Have you ever been flogged by like a swan or a goose? Or...
I mean, they've come near me, but I always like run. Like I don't let them get too close.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Very wise. Mr. Not so wise. He thought poking him with a stick was the way to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you encounter some chicks, of seagulls. Maybe don't poke them with a
Right.
fucking stick. That's my takeaway. I don't really have much else. Tom, do you have any takeaways from that Death of the Week?
I do not.
Okay, excellent.
So Bri, Good Friends comedy goes as its time. Did you what's your writing process like for these bits?
Yeah, so for these videos, I keep like a running notes app of like video ideas that I come up with.
Hell yeah.
It's very long. And then I just kind of like do them and then cross them out. Like very
active.
very long.
You have it's a bulleted list, so you're just checking them off as you go.
Yeah, I went from posting once a week to like now 3 to 4 times a week. So I really have to keep it. I'm so afraid I'm going to run out of ideas one of these days.
So you had to have caught up at some point. So you're like ahead to be able to drop 3 a week, right? You're not.
Yeah,
No,
I am.
Do you
I'm
have
ahead.
like a no? I guess like on no. Okay.
No, I'm ahead on.
Like nah, not even
I'm ahead with the ideas with the filming. I usually still do it like the day before the day of because I'm just like that. I need to change that, of course, but I am like that.
I will tell you from my personal experience, and Tom would likely agree. When we're releasing things, it is so nice because we drop once a week, right?
Yeah.
It is so nice to be like 8 podcasts recorded and done and ahead.
Sure. That sounds
So you
amazing.
have 2 months just
Right.
locked and loaded in the chamber. He could get cancer and die tomorrow, but the show goes on for 2 more months.
It wouldn't matter. No one would
Also,
know
I
for
don't
8
think you would
weeks.
get cancer and then die the next day. It would have to be some like late onset. You get it.
Right.
But that's the point. You know what I mean? It's you can prevent. So but you're not ahead though.
No, I'm not.
So you're
Thank you.
recording. So you're recording.
Can we really like put that point in? I'm not ahead. I do everything last minute.
So that leads to my next question. So you're literally recording 3 times a week, if not more.
Even more, yeah.
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 Wild.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
they're
so like
easy.
with
You've seen them. They're like nothing
They're
to
so
'em.
good
It's not like
though.
a podcast.
But you're doing like, are they all recorded in vertical aspect? What do you call that, Tom? 9 by
16?
9x16.
9 by. Are they? So you film them like on a phone in 9 by 16,
it
right?
fits the format
And
better.
it just-
It's more
okay.
appealing that way.
Do you think
I think.
you'll? Okay, that answers my
I was
question.
gonna say, so like seeing Good Friends and then now doing your own thing, but in like a different format. Like, was there any difference on like the video editing side, or like, God bless you, but
Thank
like
you.
the video side of things, or is like Jake still handling it and you're sitting behind him with like a ruler slapping him when it doesn't go the way you want it to?
Honestly, I think you would agree that my videos are way easier because with Good Friends, it was like a whole production, multiple people involved, a lot of schedules to work around.
Multiple cameras, probably.
Yes, multiple cameras, and you'd have to actually plug it into like a nice editing software. DaVinci, yeah, or Premiere.
Pro.
Yeah, so with mine, I edit mine on my phone. He helps me film them, and then I edit them on my phone. And then
So
I
you're
upload them.
doing the editing.
I am. Yes.
Wild.
But if you've seen the videos, it's not impressive, right? I'm just doing very basic cuts.
It's great. Yeah, no, but it's all just one person. I'm serious. They
No,
are really
yes.
good. You're being very humble, and I appreciate that. But you should give yourself a huge amount of credit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But that's neat though. So you're doing all your editing on your phone. That is wild.
Would you ever ask Jake
Pretty
for like
nuts.
tips on edits?
No, I know more than him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he ask me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he ask
No,
you?
I do. I actually do. I go through it and I hand it to him. And you know the saying, "Kill your babies." So like if there's something,
Yeah, that's a
no,
new trend in 2024.
You don't.
I'm sorry?
I actually learned this
Stem
in.
cells.
Hold on. This
So-
is getting wild.
so
What was that one
close.
lady we talked about that killed the famous one? That she's putting out those vibes. What babies are you talking about?
Okay,
Oh, Casey Anthony.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. Casey, you're putting out
right.
Casey Anthony
that was from
vibes.
forever ago. Don't love that.
I'm really good with contemporary references, by the way.
Yeah. He only killed one. This is plural. And this is like a saying, kind of like kill your darling. So if there's anything like important or something that you are really attached to, like in a video, in a piece of writing, a joke or something that you really love, but it's not doing anything for the overall product and you just really need to get rid of it, it's called kill your babies in the comedy world. Kind of insensitive, honestly, but it's like kill your darlings.
Wow,
Because
she said
you say
kind
you
of
say-
insensitive.
You say kill your babies because it's like your baby. It's like
Yeah,
it's
I
very
get it now.
precious to
Makes-
you.
Now
and
the
then
reference
you have
makes
to,
total sense.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because you let me finish. I understand though. I came in very heavy. But yeah,
They're
so I
aggressive.
kind of hand it to Jake, and I'm like, take out whatever doesn't need to be there, because I get attached to parts that I find personally funny. But if it's not doing the video
Right,
good,
he's like, you lost him in this little
yeah, take it
2.5
out.
second.
Take it out, and I don't want to see you take it out because I don't want to argue about it. Just take it out, and then I'll look at it, and it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
snip it, and
Get it out of
quit
there.
So I was gonna say, like, so your first time posting solo, was that like nervous, like your own?
No, because I have been posting solo since 2018. I've been making my own videos since that time. Not consistently, of course, but I started on YouTube originally when I was in college.
Are you a numbers addict? Brian gives me shit all the time. Anytime
About
we
analytics?
post, yeah.
Ooh, I try. I am a little bit more. Before, it really didn't fucking matter because I was getting.
And then you went
No
viral one
views.
time and got mainlined.
And it's like a little. Yeah, it's like now I have to pay attention because it's all that I get notifications for. And so I'm just a little bit more curious. I don't spend a lot of time on the actual analytics. I think at first I was, and then I'm like, I don't think I care very much about this anymore. But it does help me get paid on TikTok, so I do care about how much money I'm making.
Honestly, if it were me, like one day this podcast is getting like hundreds of thousands of views per episode, I'm just shutting my notifications off. It's old at that point. Like
No,
you get
right.
tired of
It is like I don't look
he
through
would
all my
love it.
notifications. In fact, you kind of just go in and you just clear it out, so then you don't have to see.
Yeah,
the
like
numbers
blank it out,
pop.
just like
It's a little bit anxiety inducing for me,
What
which is
about-
why I clean it out.
What about, speaking of anxiety inducing and notifications, we
All
get
right.
some crazy comments.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what like,
Yes.
are you dealing with some crazy?
Oh, I have a
She
story.
said yes.
Oh, I have something. Okay, so I did. So there was this video that went viral. And I believe the original, I think it was also like a parody, a sketch. It wasn't real. It was pretty obvious, I thought. But it was her getting fired by her HR lady. You might have seen it. And she kept going down the list of why she got fired, and it just keeps getting worse and worse for her. Because at first it's like I was a few minutes late. It's like, yeah, it's not a big deal. And then she was like, you showed on your birthday. She's like, well, it's my birthday. Like I don't need to come to work on, So it's like I feel like that was a joke. Like it was a joke. I think people really blew it out of promotion. So then I did like my own version because it was like very viral, and I was like, I'm gonna get in on this and like make my own ridiculous version. And I did make it ridiculous because I didn't want to copy her thing, and I did give her credit. So I did it like where I did like this tickle monster voice in it. Like I'm getting
I
fired.
did see this one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
'cause I'm-
yours. It was good.
Yeah, I'm getting fired because it's like I go around to people and I'm like, I'm the tickle monster. And
Yeah.
then I get fired for that. And people thought it was real. People thought it was
You're like, no, I was
absolutely
remixing this viral
real.
trend.
And
you
it
know?
was, I mean, if you actually watch the video, and also my caption says it clear, like gives inspiration. It says sketch, parody, satire, joke, all in the caption. You click on my page, it says comedian. You see all my other videos, they're all jokes. And everyone just they just weren't bothered to even check.
So, okay. What you said, there were some people that thought it was real though. Like,
A lot of
what were
people.
some of these people saying in the comments? I gotta
They
know.
were like, this was very unprofessional. Like, I'm. Yeah. They
I'm
were like,
concerned for your coworkers as well.
Yeah, they were like, you need to go into a mental institution. Like, they were calling me crazy. And they were saying, I don't usually side with the HR, but this time I did. Like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's the point of the sketch. It's a joke. It's a sketch. And people were like, after I also pinned a comment just because I was really tired of getting comments from that because it was getting old. And people were like, I just want to know why. Why would you post this if it wasn't real? It's like, I don't know. Have you never heard of fiction or a
Social
joke
media?
or a sketch? Yeah, I don't know.
Have
I
you
was
never
like,
seen a TikTok
I'm
before?
I'm not gonna lower myself to explain to you what this concept of
Do you know
a
what this
fake video
platform is?
Yeah, I know.
Jesus, Murphy.
It wasn't even my intention to trick
TikTok's-
people, but
TikTok is a wild platform, though. Just for the record,
I'm gonna start a TikTok and do only pro China material.
I want to talk about our.
viral.
I want to talk about our
just some
TikTok.
interesting stuff.
Our TikTok is wild because when you open the app, like if I have to, like you said, clear my notifications. I've got 50 or 100 notifications for the day. I like open it just so I can clear them. But when you open the app, it's the only social media app that when you open it, you're immediately exposed to content. Like immediately.
Yeah.
There's no like home
First thing.
screen. It's like immediate.
Yeah.
So like sometimes they'll get me on like a chimpanzee video or something, or like some stupid TikTok dance if she's wearing shorts or something, whatever, you get it. So anyways, they get you sometimes on one. and I'll like bump past it just to like get through it and like see what the next thing is because I'm an addict. But I was doing this one day, just checking notifications, immediately exposed, scrolled through the first video, and it was like a funny video, scroll through it. The next one is a live TikTok video, and please tell me I'm not the only one that has seen this, where there's like 3 Indonesian, I think it's in Indonesia, 3 or 4 Indonesian folks, and they're just like in a crouched position, almost as if they're like shitting on the ground, but they're like standing in a river, and it's a live TikTok.
Oh.
And honestly, stayed there probably way too long just to see what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
No.
I bet.
Nothing happens.
I know that they
And
get they get money from it. I'm like, yeah. Hell yeah.
Squatting in a river, dude.
I want to do that.
Have you seen these?
I've seen
you know
ones.
what I'm talking
There's
about?
also ones where they're under the.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, dude.
There's also one. I know if I've seen that one specifically, but there's one where someone is like underneath this gigantic water balloon, and I don't know like where this is or anything, but just and then it keeps filling up, and so then they're like, please donate. So like before this like busts all over me, and they get donations of money, and I'm like,
I think I saw that on OnlyFans. Please donate before they bust all over me.
Yeah.
So,
Little
but no,
different.
but I just wanted to take a moment to explain that, like, if you don't know what TikTok is, it is a wild world. We can all agree. It is a wild app.
It's vast.
yeah.
So
So I was
there's
gonna,
like a lot of
I was gonna
corners.
Sorry,
mention Bri. You mentioned that like in your bio it says comedian, and you are a comedian. But do you think you'll ever do stand up? Do you ever write material that's not for videos?
That's hot, by the way.
I have.
Dude, a good female comedian. I love a fun, and you're very funny. It'd
Yeah.
be good. Seriously.
Right.
Have you thought about it?
Yeah. Thank you so much for being an ally to women comedians. That's wow. I just wanted to like pause and just say thank you for that.
Thank you for being an ally.
That's
well,
very
first,
profound.
First and foremost,
They'll
you're
send
very
your
welcome.
sew-on patch in the mail in a few weeks, and
I actually wear a ribbon specifically for female comedian. No,
Right.
But do you think you ever would entertain something like that?
I've thought about it. I love stand-up comedy. I love watching it. I have
Yeah.
like a really high respect for it. It's a amazing, very hard art form.
Craft.
It's
Yeah.
very difficult. I don't think that I would be any good at it. I'm sure if I like really dedicated time to it, maybe I could get a little decent at it. I don't know if I would thrive at it. I've tried to like write jokes before. I mean, that's kind of the key is write some jokes. I have a friend who does stand-up comedy, Nick Harris, which he was a part of Good Friends.
I think I know. I thought I met Nick.
You've seen him probably.
Okay. Yes, assuredly.
Yeah, real tall guy. And he is really good at it.
Is he the one that sings too? He's like really good at music.
I don't think so. Maybe he has a hidden talent that he's
No, not
really
him. I'm
good
thinking of
at
somebody
a
else.
lot of other things too. But yeah, so he just says like the key is to just tell a joke because a lot of people go up there and they don't really tell jokes. They just kind of talk and try to get people to laugh through talking. And I think you have to be pretty expert level or just really, really naturally funny to get people to laugh just from
You
not
talking.
saying anything.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to have really good jokes and laugh points.
I've read a book, actually. I think it's over here. How to Write Funny by, what's this guy's name? How to Write Funny by Scott Dickers.
Never heard of them.
Hell of a last name. Scott Dickers. How to Write Funny, but he explains all that. Comedy really
That's
is
cool.
an art form.
Yeah.
Do you think you would ever, like, at least delve into writing? Like, not necessarily going on stage. Maybe that freaks you out in front of a live audience.
Like
but
writing for
writing
stand-up?
jokes and then
Ugh.
like selling them to
I
people,
don't
or
know.
like
I feel like I'd
writing.
be bad at that. I feel like I'd be bad at all of it.
Think
if
so?
I'm being honest. If I'm just being really honest.
So you're more of an impromptu or like physical acting.
Like, yeah, I think comedic acting is more of my strong suit.
I wonder where's the disconnect? Because I just feel like
Well,
if
I
you're
don't know.
funny,
Like,
you
I
should
was
be
gonna,
funny.
I
You
was
know what I
gonna
mean?
ask, like, is it?
I don't know, man. Good question. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I was gonna say, do you think it like?
No.
Do you think part of it is just like standing on stage and literally just talking to people?
Yeah, I'm very short-winded. I don't have a lot to say. I have a lot of thoughts, but I don't talk a lot. So that doesn't really come naturally to me.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, like, do you get nervous making videos in front of people?
Yeah, unless I'm like really comfortable with them. Like I got pretty okay with Good Friends, and I'm good with Jake and some of my friends.
I'd hope
but
you're good with your fiance.
yeah,
I've
Yeah.
seen some like BTS shots of Good Friends, and there was like a gang of folks in there.
Yeah,
on
it's
shoot
legit.
day.
It was there were some legit sets on there. It was a great experience.
It was like a gang of people.
I think what's interesting about Good Friends is like you had so much experience from different like aspects. Like you've Jake that's good with a camera, like you're funny as a person. Corey used to do Boredom Bros, and so like you had like this blend of like different comedic and like talents that all came together.
And then some like really good like Shazabe and David. They
He's
were both
so great.
actors. Yeah.
He's so good. His new shit he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you're doing, keep it up, sir. It's great. God bless. So good. He said it's a whole series. I haven't seen the whole series.
It's like a 30-minute long short
I
that
think
they did.
they have 2 episodes out. Swish Fam.
yeah.
We should get them on the pod.
So fucking.
Yeah, we'll
Get 'em on
actually
the
write that
pod.
on
Get
the-
'em on, have
on
them
the
come on
pod,
down to the
yeah.
pod. Do you like talking about killing your babies? Get on in here. No, but all jokes aside,
pro-abortion. Next one.
I'm here
So-
with it. Ride or die.
How
dude.
long do you think you posted on TikTok consistently before that clip went viral?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. Was it
God.
like from inception when TikTok became a thing? Did you transfer your YouTube videos to TikTok? And
I
like,
was so at first I was posting on YouTube, and then that was like when TikTok came about. It took a while to get on TikTok because so many mixed opinions about it. I was like, do I want to get on this app because I'm just hearing all kinds of things. So it took me a
Chinese
while.
malware.
Not that, but
Oh.
I know where
I got a
your
couple
circles are.
conspiracy
Yeah,
theorists.
I know who you
I know
have
a
for
couple of
company.
folks.
Yeah.
And if they don't get you on
Yeah.
TikTok, they got you on Temu.
I know what your Facebook feed looks like.
It's a
yeah.
lot of who's the guy that said the frogs are gay? That guy.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, I got a lot
Dude,
of
I get
Alex
a
Jones.
notification like every day on Twitter
Big
that
yikes.
he's going live, and I'm like, yo, I've watched one of these.
Isn't he sued to oblivion currently?
He's broke.
Hell yeah.
Empty pockets,
Love
brother.
that. Love
Empty
that.
Kind of like
pockets.
Bill Gates. He's
I
got no
love that.
money, you know?
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
But yeah.
TikTok was super suspicious just from the get go.
It was just kind of. It was like
a new thing.
we went from Vine to this, and I think a lot of people were skeptical. But then
I think
it
it's
just
better
grew.
than
It
Vine.
grew way more than Vine. Way more people are on Vine
You know what I
or
didn't-
on TikTok.
What I didn't like about Vine was you had to physically have your thumb on the screen when you were like making a video.
Yeah,
Well, they
could
did
you-
that from Musically because before Vine, it was Musically. And
Yeah.
so, like, they took that adaptation to it. So instead of sitting and recording something and chopping it up and lining it up,
Yeah.
you would just let your thumb off to stop recording.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Snapchat, where so you can like record your line and then stop and then record the next line. And if you fucked up that line, I can redo that last few seconds.
It was also an art form, like you had to get good at it. Honestly,
I never got good at Vine. I couldn't understand
me
it.
either.
I
I was a lurker. I wasn't
I don't know what that
yeah.
means. Oh,
Okay.
just like check, like
Well,
creeping.
Well, think about it.
Creeping.
Yeah, that's just
That's
creeping.
kinda
I didn't
what
post.
I'm not good at synonyms.
I'm sorry. I will be
He's
mindful of
allergic
that.
to cinnamon.
There's a lot of problems here. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot in this
tigers
room.
hate cinnamon. They love pepper.
Yeah, but
however that one
I
goes.
was like posting on TikTok not very often, like maybe once a month,
Yeah.
probably less than that.
But same style content.
But yeah, similar. I was a little bit. I didn't want to move to the type of content I was doing. I was into the long format more. But then I finally just bit the bullet and started doing it, and I like it a lot.
What's long content, I guess? What's the technical?
Just longer than
It'd be
few
like an
minutes.
episode of Good Friends Comedy where it's like 3 minutes. Or
So I was doing videos that were 10 minutes, way too long, honestly. Those dragged. But kind of like a mini episodes is what I started doing in college. Yeah, it's kind of like vlogs, but scripted vlogs.
And then so once you had that viral hit, you were like, all right, I'm pushing more into this, devoting more time. It's finally...
Yeah, I mean, I was already on a pretty good schedule, again, once a week. But then after that, I was like, I need to start posting at least a few times a week. And then now I'm kind of going every other
What's
day.
crazy about TikTok is different genres are on there. All genres are on there, and it plugs it in front of people that watch that group or that genre. So my stepsister is into cosplay to a degree.
That's hot.
And she'll make some change off of these different she just does her hair and makeup different in videos or whatever.
Yeah.
Does a
Yeah.
before
It's
and then
really cool.
a spin around
I watch
reveal.
those. Yeah.
And like she makes money on it, and I'm like, how the fuck are you making money? And none of my jokes on here are making us a penny.
Right. It's their fault why your jokes aren't doing well. Yeah, it is. It's the attractive ladies. But no, really though, like looks really do sell very well on TikTok because the TikTok dance is very attractive. People
So
kind
we
of
should
thrive.
shave.
They get me every time.
If that's what it
Did
will
you say
take.
shave?
Yeah,
You
well, you
think that's
can't
what
shave
it'll-
anymore. You'd be like classified as a head if you shaved.
That's like an official, legitimate thing.
Yeah, they would say it on his driver's license. Brian had day.
I don't
Well,
know.
just don't update your
Or-
driver's license,
or-
I guess. Yeah. Hold that off.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Not a good look. Yeah, dude. Thanks for being rude.
You're welcome. So on your traveling trips, like we both just traveled, right? And I feel like when I travel, I get like a little insight to how things are in other places. Like, do you pick up anything from like being out in public that you're like, oh, I gotta write this down?
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I do. I'm in awkward positions quite a bit. Like, I pay attention to other people that are in awkward situations. I pay attention to whenever I feel awkward, and I'm way more observant whenever I'm on this like video kick because it's like I'm constantly looking for new ideas, even like subconsciously.
I got one for you. So we were in Kansas City. No, I gotta tell the story.
Uh-oh. All right.
We were in Kansas City, and I drove straight there, and I had a hard time sleeping, so I planned out the next day because I like woke up in the middle of the night. I was like, all right, we got to go here, and I found this breakfast place that was like looked fire. So we go. There's like a 20-minute wait, and this dude walks in, sits down, and starts cutting it up with the people across from him waiting or whatever, laughing, having a good old time. They're connecting. He goes up to the stand person, makes his reservation, and the seat opens, so we move over to like the waiting seat. And this guy's like 5 minutes goes by, and he goes like, "Can I get my to-go order?" And starts like freaking out. He's like, the energy's just bad here. He's like, I come here all the time, and
God.
the energy's not like this. And like, he was like trying to give the hostess like $20. He's like, can you just get my order now? Like, here, you keep this $20. Just get me my order. This is like at 10:30 in the morning. So like,
That's an aggressive.
Way too much.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And-
That early.
so then like, she's like, sir, like, what's your name? And then he said his name or whatever. And she's like, we don't have an online order for this. And he's like, look, the energy's just off in here. And like, I just want to get my food and go. And they were like, who did you place your order with? And he's like, this guy right here. And the guy looks like Napoleon Dynamite's brother. That's just a little side note. But the hostess was like, that guy doesn't take orders. And the guy was like, I just wrote down your name and told you a wait time. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Wow.
She's like, maybe you can come back when the energy feels a little better. And he
Right.
was like,
No, for sure.
yeah, I agree. And then he just left.
That's so
Yeah.
exciting. That's the first time Tom's ever met a schizophrenic.
Oh,
Sounds
First
thrilling. Jesus Christ.
yeah. I was.
God,
Yeah.
bro. That dude had problems.
I was wondering at first if he was just trying to like get a free meal just by like really confidently being like, "No, I placed an order. Give me my food."
Name's Dave.
Because they want, yeah. And I put in my order,
yeah.
and
God
so
bless
and then
you,
I
dude.
mean they probably would have just given it to given him something, just get it out of there.
That is so wild. That's such an aggressive. Speaking of energy, why are you bringing this energy at 10:30 in the morning, brother?
Right,
too
like
much.
you know,
We're
you're
still
not drunk. You
hungover.
think he's still drunk at 10:30 in the morning? Maybe he left that
Maybe.
casino I was at.
I'll tell you, those young kids behind the counter that were having to deal with him, they were probably still drunk, and they weren't vibing on whatever he was handing out.
He was bringing the bad vibes.
He was bringing the heat, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of bringing the heat, man, I loved Good Friends comedy so much. I love your stuff too. I hate that Good Friends is no more. It was such a great production. But what I wanted to ask was differentiation between the two. Obviously now you're functioning with just as good of material with much less, right? Like much less. You don't have like a dude holding a boom and like
Right.
a light bulb in your face
Not a
like
big
we do
production
right
at
now.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
like what is your favorite thing from working on this like giant scale? There's like a massive amount of people in this room to just like you and a phone on a tripod or whatever. What's your favorite thing about the
Yeah.
differentiation between the two?
So with Good Friends, it was just again really good experience.
It was so great.
Because it was like a legitimate set. You got used to working with other people. You got used to performing in front of other
Scripts.
people.
Yep.
Yeah, redoing things, memorizing your lines. which we didn't do.
Was that hard to teach Corey?
What do you think? What do you think?
Extremely.
Yeah.
I think he's related to me, and we both probably have undiagnosed mental disorders. So.
That's okay. Don't we all?
Corey
But
came in with a six-pack. He's like, I don't need lines. I'll improv it all.
that's exactly what happened.
You know, in the intro, we mention Uncle Gary every week. It's Uncle Gary's actually Corey. Just for the record.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
if you're a
realize.
close follower of the show, everyone knows. So now you're in. Now you're in on that.
Right. Okay.
But anyways, your favorite thing. Sorry.
Yeah, no, just the professionalism of it, learning the process of working with a lot of other people. The organization of it was great. That's what I really took away from it. It was just really cool to collaborate with people consistently. And
what's your favorite thing about operating on your own now, though?
Something that frustrated all of us on Good Friends is like we weren't able to bust out content as fast as we wanted to because again we're working with a lot of people and we're all adults. Yeah, schedules. It was
babies,
and they're bigger productions. It took way longer and it was way harder to do. So I do appreciate here I can just whip out a phone and
Tom and
do
I
it.
know all about that.
Yeah.
Flashback to Boredom Brothers. Jesus Christ.
Dude, when we did Boredom Brothers, they already had some filmed. They're like, hey, we're going to do another season of this. Will you come? And it was literally just Brian and like 5 of his buddies getting blackout drunk and me filming it. And then at the end, sorting the blackout material and be
so
like, how can
sorry.
we make an episode from this?
Yeah.
It's kind of how it goes.
Sounded like an awesome experience.
I was still in my drinking days. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I was gonna say, so like some of your videos are like just you, and then other videos you've Jake like in the background as like the out of person thing.
Yeah.
When did you go? I feel like the first few that you did wasn't set up that way. So like, do you write different ones where you're like, hey, do you do this line, or does it feel natural? And you're like, I feel like I should.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the idea. Sometimes I need another person to bounce off of because that's how the idea works, and sometimes I can just say stuff and not have anyone say anything back to me. But a lot of the times it is him, and people hate him.
Nice.
Yeah, but not him. But I don't know if people, again, back to like the people can't differentiate between reality and fake. And it's like,
TikTok.
this is definitely not real. But people are like, why is this guy always so mean to you? And it's like, because I wrote it that way. It's not real.
Why do you
It's
hate
fiction.
your husband?
Yeah.
Well, we're not married yet.
Right.
And also,
First of all, yeah. That would
Like
be the
I
first
said,
thing
with
yeah.
all due
Yeah.
respect, before I beat him, you know.
Yeah.
what is your okay, so let's pretend like your TikToks are reality for a second. This will be a fun game. What is your least favorite character Jake has ever played?
Oh.
Like if TikTok was reality.
Oh gosh.
You know what I mean? Like the husband that beats
Yeah.
his dog or something, or
yeah, that's
I don't know.
a little dark for what I do.
Okay, roger that. Got
yeah.
it. I'll dial it down a little bit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I kind of go into like a middle
Yeah,
area
abortion.
before.
Okay, beating dogs, not
Yeah.
so much.
Well-
Gotcha.
I'm joking.
Euthanasia, we're on the line.
Right.
Yeah, it's not Canada
Well,
yet.
one's abuse, so
What are one of your least favorite roles that he's ever played?
just
like
anything
character.
where he's just like a bad,
A
I don't
villain.
just yeah,
When
just
he's
like
a bad boy.
yeah, yeah. No, I feel like that's a positive.
Yeah,
thing.
those are my favorite
seems
characters that
more-
Jake plays.
Well, I was
when-
gonna say,
You're
does he
going in the
ever?
wrong direction.
Does he ever make faces at you while he's recording? Like, what are your outtakes? Like, do you keep your
Do you
outtakes?
have a lot of behind the
We
scenes stuff?
do, but not really saved though. I have to go out there like all the videos to get that. I kind of want to, but that's gonna take a lot of
Like
work.
a montage once a year of just some outtakes.
We break quite a bit. Sometimes we like rush lines and we're like, okay, let's just do it again. Sometimes we get frustrated because we can't like get out what we want to get out. But yeah, it's just, he just kind of plays like a lot of the times it's like me because I experience like people not giving back the same energy I'm putting out. And that's kind of like really awkward to deal with.
Kind of
So
like
he
that
plays
guy
that
in the
person.
restaurant. Yeah.
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 No one was matching his energy. Yeah. I'm on
Certainly.
his side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody from the kitchen comes out
Yeah.
with some sage.
Yeah.
You know? No, the
Get that outta
energy's bad
here.
in here.
It's just a priest with holy water.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, there's something wrong with you,
Something's
brother.
going on.
There's a demon
Yeah.
in my presence. Dude, that's wild. Have you ever met a schizophrenic? A schizophrenic or a schizo, I think is what they call them on the street.
Yeah, that's very disheartening. They can still call them that.
disheartening.
It is. That's pretty awful. Yeah, it is like a pretty big insult now to call people like schizo, like
is?
especially online. Yeah, it's a very
Ooh,
big
that's another
thing.
censorship. Like, with all these
Yeah.
like this trend that's
Well,
going on of like censoring things, like have you ever had to like a video get taken down or
A what?
Ooh, spicy.
Oh my God, no.
You
Yeah,
had a candle
I had
takedown?
I had a candle in the video. It wasn't even like a famous brand or anything. It was
Yeah.
like something from Five Below. It wasn't like a real brand, you know.
Yeah.
So it was sitting there because I just thought it looked not because it was like a plain countertop and we just wanted something there. And people were like, "Is this sponsored? You need to like tell us if this is sponsored. Like it's not nice to tell
Are you
us."
a cop? You
That's
have to
what.
tell
And
me if
someone
you're a cop.
reported the video, and I was like, "Oh, what?
I'll tell you what.
What would I get out of it? Like, what? How much are they gonna pay me to put a fucking candle on the countertop while I do this video?"
I'll tell you what. The remedy to that,
Mm-hmm.
buy a local candle. Throw it on the
That
damn.
is nice. Yeah, no one's
You
gonna.
buy-
Yeah,
I
next
don't know.
time you need
People.
a candle, just I'll make you
Hey.
a custom candle.
Again,
on
this
me.
wasn't even a branded candle.
But if you buy a candle
was-
from like 6 and 0 and throw it on the table,
yeah,
Mary Ellen don't care. She's like,
she
go
wouldn't.
girl.
But some
Go,
rando
girl.
is still going to report it.
And then Mary Ellen will choke slam them through a cardboard table
I believe that.
because I believe
I
in
do
her.
believe that. Yeah,
And honestly, Mary Ellen,
my faith is in
you
her.
better run for mayor because I'm behind you 100%. Let's go, Queen.
Wow.
Pop off. That's where
Yeah,
I'm at,
again,
though.
I'm so sorry. I just need to go back. Thank you so much for being an ally. Again, I just
Dude.
no, yeah, I do remember like when I don't know which one of you reached out on Instagram, but you guys like, hey, listen, we're doing fucking Women's International fucking month or something. It's like, can you do it? Yeah, and it was like, that's so nice. I just thought that was so nice. I was wondering, do you guys know a woman?
You're here.
My mom is a great lady.
Very nice. I was just wondering. Well, I just wanted to know your favorite woman. If we could go around and just say
My
our favorite woman.
of all time?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Virgin Mary, duh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Skeptical, but yeah.
I'll
for
probably
sure.
go with Michelle Obama.
All
Probably go
right.
with Michelle Obama.
I mean,
Just
Michael.
Big Mike.
Absolutely not.
Just for the guns, man.
Okay.
Yeah, just for the guns. And goddamn, I loved Obama. Come back, Daddy, please.
He's
Jesus
still
Christ.
around, posting his playlist.
I know. He's a killer, dude. He's a killer. I wish a president.
What about
could
you?
Actual
Do
killer.
outside of 8 years.
My favorite woman. I don't need to say it because I am a woman, so I already have that. Like,
Yeah.
checked.
She
It is
has
me.
nothing to prove.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't answer earlier though. Have you met someone that's schizophrenic?
I have not, but my heart goes out
it's
to
wild,
people
yeah.
with schizophrenia because I do
It's
follow
a serious
some.
disease. It's wild.
It's
though.
it's very hard to live with, and there's all
Yeah.
kinds of levels. And I've seen like some content because people will like vlog if they have it, and just kind of like try to like destigmatize it and just like show what it's like to live with it because there's like all kinds of
different. Yeah, there's different like
Rumors
It's like
about
autism.
what it-
There's a spectrum to it.
yeah, absolutely.
I swear to God, there. So
Yeah.
my sister worked at the state hospital here on down on the south side. What is that? Lincoln. Down on Lincoln. She worked there forever, and she met a bunch of them. And she would tell me stories about them, diagnosed schizophrenics. Wild.
Yeah, it's very
Some are not so wild, and then some are just like, I knew John F. Kennedy, and it's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, some can live. There's
It's
also
wild.
there's a TikTok that I saw, and they were a couple, and they both had schizophrenia, and they
Oh,
were
so cute.
I know,
Jesus.
yeah. It's and they would just like blog about how
Dangerous,
they
but
like dealt
cute.
with
Yeah.
that. I think they were pretty functioning,
Nice.
with medication. It is just sad though because it's like what a hard thing to live with, and then on top of that, everyone is just fucking dogging on you all the.
Dogging
It's like
you.
it's like the lowest like mental health thing people will like. I don't know, just like
The-
insult, and
Yeah.
it's like as if they don't have enough going on.
Yeah,
This
dude,
is
they're
a-
trying
life's
to get
not
a
hard
job.
enough.
Spicy
Yeah.
little
You got a hot take?
transition here. Well, we're talking about schizophrenics and how we feel for them, and I feel like you feel for a lot of people. I feel like you're like an empath, but you
Mm.
are like you have a friend that's like a Palestinian,
Lena.
and you're always
Ooh.
you're like doing charity and like shouting out this GoFundMe that we actually have pulled up.
Yeah, she does. She
God
has
bless you.
a
Thank you.
GoFundMe. Her husband was traveling, and then October 7th happened, so they've been separated, and she has like a big family. This is Doctors Without Borders, which is another one. I think the other one's in my link tree. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Snap.
Yeah, this is my face is in that, and then
Oh, I saw
what
this.
we're
You
talking
made
about.
a video about this. You made a video and then you like cut the content.
Sorry, wrong
at,
one.
like-
That's another one.
See, but that's
Give
what I
the
mean.
second
Like,
link.
you have a big
Grum.
heart.
Yeah, Grum.
So
Maybe
sorry.
this isn't
Yeah. No, this is it. This is
But you,
Grum
like-
is Lena's daughter.
the one. Who? Wait, which?
This is Grum.
Grum.
Yeah,
Okay.
she is the daughter of Lena, who is doing
Nice,
this
dude.
fundraiser for her
Hell
family because he can't support her husband can't support the family anymore because he doesn't have anywhere to work anymore because everything has been bombed,
Blown up.
Yeah, yeah. So she's like trying to like raise money, get
Just to
people
help 'em get by.
and to get money for them and to get somewhere safe.
I wonder what.
yeah.
Is that a euro?
Yeah.
Is that sign of euro?
Yep.
So I wonder what a. So a euro is basically like $1.50 American dollars. I
Yeah,
just
it's a little
wonder.
bit more.
I wonder what. Yeah, it's like 1.8 or something. I don't think it's quite 2. But either way, I wonder what like a euro does for you in Palestine. Is that good? Is like what's the term? Currency.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
conversion.
I know
like
that
conversion rate wise.
I know that a lot of them have to have this, and they have to like have some type of bank over there as well in order to like access anything currently.
Dude, good on her, man. Yeah, and this link is going to be in the show's description.
Thank you.
But you did a
Link in
video.
bio. I did. I've done a few videos.
You did a video, and it was a really funny video. It had nothing to do
Oh.
with that. And then then at
Okay.
like 30 seconds in, you just like I don't know if you made a. No, I know what it was. I just
Okay.
remembered. It was the sour one. Go
Yep.
up. It was the sour ball one. Down. This one. That's the one I
sour ball
watched.
one. Yep.
Yeah, and you can play it with.
And I
or with-
really did try
The
it.
most sour candies ever to
Yeah.
exist, and I'm going to try it. Barnett's Mega Sour Zombie Bombs. So
Sounds
I love
terrible.
Riveting.
Sour candy. However, I feel
Your hair
like
looks great though.
even with like warheads or like really sour candy, I'm just like not ever satisfied. So
I love sour
I'm gonna
candy.
try
How about
it.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you big into that?
Oh my god,
You've
yeah.
You've always been that way, or is this like a maturing
Probably
thing?
all. Always.
Yeah.
Please go to the link.
Yeah,
in
this
my
is it.
bio and click on the very first
Bait and
link
switch.
there and read about
Got
my
'em.
story.
Well, it's like
She said bait and switch.
I originally did this for
Line and sinker.
TikTok because TikTok doesn't promote. I mean, like it gets kind of flagged, you know, if you
Really?
post like if I can't use certain words, I can't use certain
Did they send out like a monthly newsletter of like what words you can't use?
no,
or-
but it will show that it's been like disqualified
Dude,
for
That's what I want to touch on.
things
So, like,
on-
say
yeah.
you hit something that gets disqualified. Do you notice
Ooh.
a downward trend in your views?
I did notice a downward trend after I posted something about Palestine. I did.
That's a bummer.
It is a bummer. It's a huge bummer. So I don't know. I've just been talking to Lena and like trying other things out, trying just new ways, just to get new eyes on it. I know it's not maybe the most ethical thing to do, but
What do you
when
mean,
it-
like posting that?
Yeah,
no,
like
she's
trick-
talking
like
about
clickbaiting
homicide,
people.
You know?
oh
What
yeah,
the hell? No, that's genius.
Oh, side. You're right. It is.
You
It is.
Whoa,
genocide.
Jesus Christ! Settle down, dude.
I'm sorry. Genius was the word I didn't
no,
think you were going there with.
genius. And I'm not fishing for a
I don't know what's
joke
going
here.
on.
I'm legitimately trying to compliment
we're in
you.
serious mode right now.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
I'm sending a legitimate compliment your way
Thank
in
you.
that you were getting a ton of views. And then your friend set up this GoFundMe,
Mhm.
and this friend you really care about, like Tom said, you're an empath for sure. I can feel your vibes, dude. Very
Right.
positive, nurturing energy. Like, but like you take these views you're getting, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do a thing and eat this really sour ball. But before I I'm gonna draw them in. But
Yeah.
before I do the grand finale,
Please just click the link,
hey,
and it helps some.
check out my friend Lena. She's doing this thing. Is it Lena or Len?
I say Lena. I think Lena.
Lena.
I believe
Check
Lena.
out my friend Lena's link. Just, here's what's going on. And you gave a very brief description. You didn't linger there very often or
Yeah.
very long. And
You
then
can't be too specific.
yeah,
either,
and then
know,
you
so-
went boom right into the
Yeah.
and you handled it like a champ.
So
by the
still-
way.
Was it not sour enough?
It was spicy. It was sour and spicy, so it was like both hot and sour. I should have brought some for you guys
Really?
to try. It would've
Oh, I
been
would have done one in a
interesting.
heart. I would have spit it out and
Was
vomited.
it really the world's sourest candy?
Okay, maybe not.
Hey, try
I
our
would've
salts.
choked up
Yeah.
blood and fucking died on the floor. I fucking would
I
have
would
tried that.
shit my pants.
Yeah.
World's strongest smelling salt too, though.
Yeah, you guys can do that. Okay,
Jesus
well,
Christ, I could probably handle a sour ball. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
I'll take
But
one.
it's like the heat of it kind of enhances the sourness of it.
So it was like a jalapeno kind of heat. Like it was
Yeah.
like an actual
some type of-
spicy heat.
It was, yeah, all kinds of, just hot spices on it. I don't know exactly.
You want to try the world's strongest salts?
No,
That's
she-
all right. I'm okay.
Are you into Are you into extremes of anything else? Obviously, you like sour
boating.
Yeah, like extreme yachting.
You say boating?
Yeah, like extreme boating.
Is that? Can you? Well, I don't know. Can
Yeah,
we Google extreme boating?
I did get on a rabbit hole of extreme boating actually recently. It was called The Greatest Race Never Told, and it was the
guy that went across the Atlantic.
And lied about it.
Sailboat contest that they do, and it was either sailboat or yacht contest. But the Swedish people or the Australian people made like a specific rudder. And like they had it all blocked off so that like other countries couldn't see it, and they like smoked everybody.
Wow.
Also, I'm concerned with how you said Swedish people and Australian people. It just sounds offensive. Not that it is, but
Very us versus them mentality.
yeah, very aggressive way. You could just say the Swedes and the Australians.
Right.
Proper
Way
vernacular.
better.
Proper vernacular goes a long way, Tom. What's going on here? The greatest race boats. Here we go.
Well,
We're
I
taking
said race boats, so it's probably not going to
Taking
be the
a real
great
deep
race.
dive here.
Yeah.
No, but are you into extremes of anything else? Do you get like weird with like hot food, or like do you get weird?
I
with
like spicy food, but I'm not like. No,
Dude.
I guess I'm a very average, boring person.
my wife and I wouldn't say that. You're very, very above average, very not boring. No, but my wife and I, we just grew the hottest peppers that you can buy.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they called?
They're Carolina Reapers.
Yes,
They're
okay.
they're the hottest ones that you can buy and grow, because we're in this weird plant phase. All these plants
that's
are
cool.
real.
It's
by the way.
awesome.
Yeah, so we're in this weird phase where we're just like, we don't have children, but we got way too many plants. But we bought these peppers as seedlings and grew them, and we ate one for the first time the other day.
Yeah. Foyer. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say
That's bad.
you said you're kind of like basic or whatever, but like, are you guys like ever watching like Netflix or TV or something? You're like, oh fuck, I got an idea. We have to turn this off. We got to film this little bit.
There's a few videos that we've done like impromptu where it's like
shut it
like,
down, start filming now.
Yeah, like usually it's like a conversation and one of us throws out a joke and then it's like, it'd be funny if I made a video. It's like, let's just do it. And then we do it. Yeah.
That's so awesome. I respect that because I certainly have ADD. I certainly have ADD. I'm almost certain, undiagnosed. But like when I get a good idea, I'm like, oh, I want to do this right now.
Yeah, like
you know, now, or I will never do it, or I will forget
Yeah,
it.
I am like that. I don't think I have ADD or ADHD. I think they're combined now or something. I don't get the newsletter.
I should get diagnosed just so I can like play the sympathy card. When people start talking shit to me, I'm like, hey, dude, I got ADD. Back up. You know what I mean?
We'll probably have like the reverse effects.
I don't know how well
that you want. They'll be like,
sympathy
okay,
card
they hate you more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You believe this guy with
Yeah.
the ADD over here? No, but I really am. I'm like a cat watching traffic out a window. It's just constantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it can be hard to live with. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that have a hard time functioning
Causes
with it.
a lot of anxiety, honestly.
It does.
Yeah.
It's
you get
there's all
very
kinds of
anxious.
symptoms that you don't.
Yeah, Tom's
that.
got his own boatload of issues over here.
Yeah.
God damn, he's good looking though. No, but yeah, that's interesting, man. So you do some impromptu videos?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just kind of Johnny on the spot.
Those are some of our favorites too. That we just
fired
like.
up.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Oh,
What's your
no.
number one impromptu
Ooh.
that just like rings a bell?
One that is kind of impromptu that I did was the guy who works at a museum hangs up his own artwork or hangs up their own artwork. And it's like a janitor that works at a museum and they put their own artwork up. And I'm the janitor, and they're like, "Who did this?" And I'm like, "I don't know," but isn't it so beautiful? So that was a good one. And
That's
then
nice.
another impromptu one that I did was the car salesman one, which did really well on Instagram. Sometimes they just really surprise me what does well.
Oh yeah, the car sale. I saw the car sales woman.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Thank you again. I cannot stress this enough. Thank you.
I was gonna
Like,
say
No, but the car salesman one was very, very good. Where you were like, "This baby's got not a lot of miles on it," and you're like,
Yes.
and they were like, "No, I think actually you were in that video. Yeah, Jake was in that video." But he's like, and then you're like rushing over here, and you're like,
Yeah.
"No, but also we got this guy." Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very, very good. Yeah.
I was
Like,
gonna say on these character buildings where like you build characters, are there certain characters that like you've made up that have stuck around for
that's a
multiple
good
videos?
question. That is excellent.
Yeah, I haven't done like a lot of multiple parters. I think the one that I've done the most is the riff videos because that's the most popular for some reason.
Explain that.
It's so like, do you know what riffing is?
Yeah, Casey Rocket.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
You don't know
I'm
who
sorry.
Casey Rocket is?
She's
No.
not tracking.
I'm sorry.
The Crab Man?
Fastest man on stage?
I think I'm just gonna go with what I was gonna say because I'm so sorry. I don't know who that is, and I feel very embarrassed.
No, it's okay. And honestly,
As a guest, I shouldn't feel embarrassed.
we should collectively check
Who
out
is-
Crabman.
Can you give me like a synopsis of what's up with that?
It'd only be best to show you in video
Okay.
form. But yes, I
Amazing.
do now understand what you were saying.
Like,
Riffing. So you
joke-
just start
like
a
people-
video.
Well, like people just use it as like a cinnamon, as a synonym.
I told you,
For
tigers,
joking.
Tigers hate cinnamon. Yeah, just go Casey Rocket, like highlight reels. This is what he does, though. He just and don't play the audio or do.
Let the light shine down. This set's for you, Jar Jar. Guys, give it up for Jar Jar Binks.
1-800 riffs are Jar Jar.
But he just like literally doesn't
Riff.
stand still and riffs the
That's
entire time
hilarious.
he's on stage, and it is like
Yeah.
wild as fuck. He'll
So-
like pull a key out of his mouth, like he'll do this whole 10-minute set, and then like the last minute he'll pull a key out of his mouth and like hand it
That's
to somebody.
hilarious.
Like
Yeah, so riffing's been around for a long time. I learned it through like improv, just like the phrase. So like I made it because I'm pretty bad at it. So then I made videos like trying to riff with my friends, attempting to do it and doing a bad job and failing.
How do you get good at it, though?
I guess practice, but I guess it doesn't really help all the time for everyone.
Now, my problem.
Well, I was gonna say on this, people that like riffing is like how I throw out random one-liners or like different wordplay things. That's kind of riffing.
Yeah.
I feel like you're really good at like riffing, like in conversation. Maybe not like
Yeah.
filmed riffing, but
Yeah, the filmed riffing, it's supposed to be like awkward though because they're not supposed to receive it well, you know. And people like relate to that, and a lot of people didn't know what riffing meant in this context too. And yeah, it was
by
just
a
like
lot of people, are you referring to me?
everybody.
and
like,
a lot
riffing is
of
a very
people
small,
like a very small percentage of people like that live under a rock
Are
don't
rifters.
know. Right. That's great. I need to check him out.
I'm gonna pretend like
King
I'm
of
not.
riffing.
I'm gonna pretend like I'm not being insulted by
Yeah.
my co-host
That'd be best.
and my guest
Mhm.
simultaneously or simultaneously. No, I do understand what riffing is. That's
Yeah.
So you just have like a series of videos that you've done.
That
like,
was the
more than one.
Yeah, that was the first one that went viral.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, that was the riff video was the first one because everyone related to it and it was just, so awkward. So, yeah.
Well, and your shirt just riffing.
yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
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 I'm just at what part of okay. So one thing I would like to, and this is the last mention I have on riffing though. What I think
All
that you
right.
do very well is like your facial expressions.
Oh, thank you.
And it's probably the actor in you. And I say actor and not actress because, no, I'm joking. But honestly, I was reading an article the other day about how female actors prefer the term. I think the proper term is actor. And for whatever that explanation is, I'm not sure. But the majority vote is they prefer to be called actors. Long story short.
Thank you for staying informed.
I think that with your riffing, that's what I do. I'm on the ball all
Yeah.
the time.
Right.
Like a circus bear.
I'm like a fucking goddamn seal. I don't know.
Right.
No, they balance
yeah.
the ball. You
Yeah,
get it.
dude. Yeah.
They carry the boats.
No, yeah.
Who's carrying the boats?
Yeah.
No, dude. But but what you do very well with what I assume is the actor in you is your facial expression. So
Yeah.
you might not even say a word when you're riffing, but it's just like I say something erroneous and you're like, you
Right.
make this weird face, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
It's,
perfect. It's you don't have
yeah.
to say anything. It's just like and then you're like
I think
crazy face. And
I
then,
think I grew up like idolizing a lot of people who had facial expressions. Like That's So Raven was like my favorite show as a kid, and Raven Simone was just great. And then I also loved I Love Lucy. She's amazing with facial expressions. Yep, that's the
yeah.
one. Yeah, you
Oh,
know it.
yeah.
You know it. You watch I Love Lucy.
I was more of an
You know
Even
it?
Stevens
It's-
guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
that too. Yeah,
All right,
that
whatever.
too.
yeah.
Hey,
So
I
that
watched
too?
That So Raven though.
Yeah, That's So Raven. That's So Raven's my
you know who
favorite.
the king of facial expressions is?
Will Smith.
Jim
No,
Carrey.
Jim fucking Carrey.
Yeah,
Monster.
he is. He can
literally
transform.
transform his face into a
Very
different human
impressive.
being.
Legend. Just like
And he
that.
turns
Just like
into-
that. Yeah.
Turns into like a new person. You're like,
he does.
this guy is for sure the president of
And
Canada.
that's the way
Very
the cookie
impressive.
crumbles.
Yeah, exactly. beautiful. Anyways, those are some of my idols. No, but speaking of idols, though, do you have any short of like with the facial expression stuff? Do you have any like people like let's say contemporaries that also are putting content out that you like follow that you're like
Yeah.
not obviously you're not copying off of, but they like like more
Yeah. They get me
inspirational.
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah, about
fired
the-
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig is one. She's just so hilarious. It's like these people, I watch them and I get so passionate about the craft. Even if I don't want to like be just like them, it's like they're so good at what they do. I'll never be that good, but it just makes me love it so much because I get to be a part of it in a small way. So Kristen Wiig, definitely one.
Wig.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
SNL, Bridesmaids. She's the
Okay.
main. Yeah. She's
Oh,
hilarious.
I love Bridesmaids. Which one is she? So I have.
She's the main one. She's in.
Oh
the
yeah,
blonde,
the,
yeah.
the
She's-
yeah,
mhm.
love her.
She's
yeah.
so great.
She's great.
I love Amy Poehler as well.
Okay.
Raven Simone, because as a kid, she was just my idol. I wrote a letter to Oprah
Nice.
asking her to meet her. Never heard back. That's okay. She's busy.
We're waiting.
Yeah.
It's
still,
fine.
it still could happen.
Let's not rule it out.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think of other people.
Actually, this just in, you have an Oprah book as a gift underneath your
It's
seat.
under your chair right now.
No.
You get a
No.
book.
No.
Let's go.
Oh my God. What the hell?
This is wild. Welcome to the Days Grimm, where anything is possible.
Oh, wow, I'm tearing up.
She's
Life
such
changing.
a strong woman.
Yes.
Not
Oh,
as strong
sorry.
as Michelle Obama.
For sure.
That's a good question.
Mhm.
Does Michelle Obama lose to any other woman in an arm wrestling competition? And if so, who is it? And you can't, Xena doesn't count from that old 90s TV show.
Any woman?
Yeah, like
Like
what
Serena
woman?
Williams?
Ooh, that's a
I feel like
tough.
Serena Williams could beat
Yeah.
anyone.
She's a tough broad.
love
yeah, it's a
Serena.
tough lady.
Serena's an idol. I play tennis too, so she's also a
Yeah.
big
What
one
about
for me.
Venus? What do you got against Venus?
I love Venus too.
Venus is a shitty planet.
I feel like
So where I'm at
Whoa.
on this is, oh, sorry. See, I did a Tom right there. See what I did? No, it's interesting. So do you find yourself like building content around these inspirations? Like, do you ever think of like one of these gals or guys or whoever it is that inspires you and you're like, I like how they do this, but I'm going to kind of take a little bit of that. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think Tim Robinson's that's another one that I forgot to mention, but just like the ridiculousness of it, how he escalates a situation and makes
Hyperbole.
it very it
Yeah.
very awkward. I love to take that. Honestly, though, it does get a little annoying when everything is Tim Robinson. Everything is I think you should leave these days. Like all the comments are like, "This is so I think you should leave," and it's like not. It's like someone who's a little loud, and they're like, "This is so I think you should leave," and it's like some things definitely are, but not everything. But yeah, he's definitely one.
That was a great
He's
series
awesome.
too. God.
Yeah.
I think you should leave with Sut. Did you watch
It's
I
so
think you should
good.
leave?
Not that I can.
No way,
It's
dude.
very quick. You could watch it tonight, all of it tonight,
Literally
all of
all
it tonight.
I've been watching Fresh Prince.
Oh, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Another one.
He
I
doesn't
love
have
Will
to
Smith.
swear to go platinum. That's all I got to say.
Right.
Welcome to
That's
Miami.
important.
He
Yeah.
did actually swear in Fresh Prince episode though. It's kind
Oh.
of funny. They do like a little
I did not
blooper
know
at the
that.
end or whatever sometimes.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But he's good with like facial expressions and stuff
He's-
along those lines.
yeah,
he's hilarious and such a good actor. I think he gets
And
a
a
lot
good
of
slapper. He should be
Yeah.
on that slap knockout show.
he gets a lot of shit because people say that he's always like playing himself. I just think he's a phenomenal actor, and he turned into like a really great actor. He started with a sitcom, and he was hilarious on that. Then he really made this great acting career. And speaking of Serena and Venus, like he played the dad, King Richard.
He
It
did.
was a
King
very
Richard. I haven't
good
seen
movie.
it. Is it good?
He did great.
Oh, it's so good.
He deserved
Speaking
it.
of
Yeah,
Fresh
deserved the
Prince
Oscar.
and excellent actors in Fresh and Will Smith, what he does not get credit for in that show were all the serious moments.
See,
God,
I mean,
they're
we
so
were
good.
really
Like-
clued into
like,
how good he was going to be in
we knew
drama. Yeah.
immediately, but I feel like anybody that watches Fresh Prince, they don't ever talk about like when his uncle and his aunt were like thinking about getting a divorce, and then he has to play a scene where he's like,
Or he's talking about his dad,
Yeah.
like in the movie, but like actually brings like real life emotion into it.
yeah,
And
he
then
does.
like
I'm getting chills thinking about it because I
Yeah.
remember all those like very
It's a great show.
all those surreal scenes that he had that just like would touch you to the bone, you know, not like inappropriately, but
No, of course not.
yeah, but like
But,
it literally would put chills on
I think
your
that's
neck.
called a Prince Albert.
That's called a priest.
The fresh Prince Albert.
Uh-oh.
Hello, banging on the Catholics. So there's that, you know.
I think that's on the altar for the Catholics.
I don't know. It's here nor there. I'm just pumped that
On the altar.
I wasn't a Catholic. So I don't know what any of this means. So if this is
It's-
offensive,
You're not a boy. You wouldn't understand.
Okay.
or a child, so you're good both ways.
Yeah, you aged out of the program.
You are age safe. Just kidding. Love the Catholics. Shout out to you, man. Those are my people. So,
Okay.
no, I wonder, man. So, what is the what's the foreground? What's the future look like for this? So like, just that simply put, what's the future look like for this or for you for this? You know, with this.
I hope that it's like a stepping stone to a career in comedy, whether that be writing or performing, preferably writing and performing. I really love writing though. Working on some type of set or writer's room, that would be incredible. So that I hope it's like a stepping stone to open opportunities. And I hope my short-term goal is to just kind of make like a steady side income with the content creation, until I can maybe do it full time. That would be awesome.
What do you do when you have to drop a video and your like juices aren't flowing, like burnout?
Yeah. I don't handle it well. We can just,
It's a full-on meltdown type
yeah,
situation.
it is. It's very frustrating.
Very Chernobyl.
And you record that and post it instead?
I mean, it kind of seems like it, but no. I mean, I'm so bad about like having to be in the mood to do it. I'm getting better at just doing it anyway.
Yeah.
But it is just really hard when even though I have all these ideas and it's like, I don't like any of them right now and I do not feel inspired. I don't think any of this is going to go well.
It's so weird how that happens too.
Yeah. And it's just, I have to be in during times like that, that's when I come up with a new idea that I'm excited about to like hold off on the
I'll
others.
tell Tom like an idea and I'm like, what do you think? And he'll be like, or he'll be like, yeah.
Mhm.
And even the ones that he's like, on.
I normally
Right.
try to give you a piece, like if I'm like, but I could be like, but you could.
But
Yeah.
even then, though, I'll like we write these notes down like we were telling you pre-show or during the show rather. We'll write it down, and then months will go by, and I just kind of get bored scrolling through it. And I'm like, what? Like, why did I fucking think that was funny?
No, absolutely.
You like
And
hate
things
yourself.
age. Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
and it's not even like contemporary news shit, but like, I don't know. Glory Hole was getting there for me. Sorry, that gets bleeped out. But seriously though, Glory Hole was getting old. I would go to my notes and see Glory Hole, and I'm just
They
like,
never get old for me.
I'm just like, ugh. And then we finally had a breakthrough with it. Now I'm like, okay. Now it's like revamped.
Also, when you look at something over and over again and you spend too much time with it, you just kind of naturally, with humor, something that hits it so well is like the surprise aspect or the part that you don't hear, something
Boom.
new. Yeah.
Bang.
And so then when you do that over and over again with the same joke, it gets stale. And then it's like, is this even funny anymore? And
Or you're
it probably
watching
is
that
still
30-second
funny.
clip 100 times to edit it, and you're like, okay,
yeah,
I don't.
especially that. Yeah. But like, it doesn't mean it's not funny or that other people won't find it funny. It's just like, it's not funny to you right now because you've seen it a million times.
I have one interesting question that I'm just curious. So, like, we talked a little bit about how you're not like 20 episodes ahead. Obviously, we're not ringing that cowbell,
Right.
But I'm just saying.
Thank you. Yeah.
Have you ever been ahead by a video or two, and you're like holding on to a video, and this plugs into kind of what we were just talking about, and you're like holding on to this video like on your phone or MacBook or whatever, you got it somewhere, and you just kind of aimlessly come back to it, and it hasn't dropped yet, but you like just kind of wander through it every now and then. You're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Does that happen?
Yeah, not a lot, but I have had a few where I'm like,
You're just holding on to it, and you're
yeah,
like,
it is. I do like doing that though, because it's still good to just do it and try it out, and then usually something good comes from it because it's like, I didn't like the way I did it, but I could do it this way.
so you look
next
at it
time.
like from a critique.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
perspective.
practice round, and since it's so easy to do and to edit, I can look at it and be like, I don't think this hit very well. What if I did it this way? And then I can do it that way, and it's it's like whenever you get an idea, just do it, and either it works out and it's great, or it fails and you learn something from it.
So do you and your significant other ever like disagree on like, he's like, man, this one slaps tits. Can't wait for it to drop. And you're like, this is a pile of dog shit in a shoe.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys ever completely disagree on a video?
I wouldn't say
And then-
completely disagree. Sorry, continue your question.
And then I was going to say, in which case, like, how does that get hashed out?
Yeah,
Basically, is it whatever you want? Like, you're like, we're
Yeah.
not dropping it.
Yeah, because it's my, like, it's,
Likeness.
yeah, it's my face and, like, what I wrote. So it's like, I don't want it to go out there if I'm not very proud of it. But there are some things that he's pushed me to post anyway. Like the riff video that went viral, I didn't even want to post that because I was like, I don't really like this one very much. And I posted it, and it did. It was the one that blew up because he encouraged me to. And I just need to give a shout out to him, too, for always helping me. He is so encouraging, and he's my partner, and he's crying. Oh, look, he's crying. Oh,
I'm shedding a tear too.
I know. Yeah.
Was there-
But, yeah, he's just
Actually,
very,
I want to take
he's
this time
great.
to say that I don't really like Jake that much.
Oh, yeah,
just
no.
for-
I know, I get it. No.
Yeah, you
I get
it.
that. Different relationship.
We got an animosity. No, I'm joking. Jake's
Yeah.
great. I love this gentleman. He's a solid.
He's amazing. Very
he's a
talented.
solid 5'9" piece of 24 karat gold. Well, that may be a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, you are beautiful, Jake. I want you to know that. Tom, you
I was
guys
say, was there ever a moment on this TikTok or comedy journey where you wanted to throw in the towel and like just give it up, stop posting, and like you don't have to talk about the moment. We care more about like what pulled you through that moment.
Right. Only like every other day.
Nice, me too.
No, it is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll come. It's always like not very serious though. Like I'll have the idea and then I'll go to bed and then I'll wake up and then I'll be like, I'll just do it. Yeah. What pulls me? I don't know.
Sounds like a dentist
I just-
I wake up, I throw my Nikes on, and we just get to it.
Right.
Listen,
no,
I'm ride or die. Let's get this bread.
I think it's just something that I love so much that I'm not gonna give it up that easily. You know, it's something. It's kind of like a relationship. Like you're gonna have hard times where you're not so sure where it's gonna head, where it's gonna go, but I still am gonna try and make it work no matter what because I
For
love
the
doing
kids.
it.
For the
Yeah,
kids.
for the kids, we're gonna stay together, and then the comedy part as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
What are we talking about?
So like sometimes in the middle of the night, I wake up and I sleep with my phone next to me so I can write down little bits that either I get from like a dream or that I think
Yeah.
of in the middle of the night. Do you do the same thing?
Yeah, sometimes I'm just too lazy and I don't do it, and I always regret it because it's like, why? Because I can't remember it. It's like, why didn't I
Me
write
too.
it down immediately? So I'm way better at just doing it immediately.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
If I
That's rough.
I never remember my dreams, but when I do, I'm like, I'm that guy where I'm like, everyone in my hemisphere is gonna fucking hear about this
Yeah.
thing, dude. They're like, are you sure you were on an elevator with an elephant?
yeah.
dude.
It is really funny how we talk about our dreams. And we're like, you won't believe it. It was a crazy dream, and everyone's like, everybody's dreams are crazy.
Makes
That's just what dreams are.
Zero sense.
Like no, but like this one is really crazy.
There's your next
Yeah.
bit idea. There you go. Get something weird.
Gotta
kinda-
write it down like
yeah.
right
Put
now.
dream bit.
Gotta write it down right
Dream
now.
bit.
I think I'm joking.
No, I'm dead serious. I think you could do something with that. I don't know, man. It's been a wild ride. You're on this crazy adventure. You're doing the solo thing now. It's doing great.
Funny every time I see it.
I love it. I want to see more.
Thank you.
We're following you. Speaking of us following you, where can people find and follow you? And then like the last couple minutes as well, we've got some stuff pulled up on screen as well. If you're watching on YouTube, but where can people find you? And then also, last minute shout outs is all you. Last couple minutes, man. Tear it up.
Okay, yeah, you can follow me at Bri Gipson, BRIGIPSON.
Gibson.
Yeah, Gipson, not Gibson. I know, I should change it. But
Change
yeah,
my last name.
yeah, to just the one letter. That would be great because it's
Flip it.
yeah. Literally, no, yeah.
Literally.
But on both on Instagram and TikTok, same thing, and then also on YouTube at Brianna Gipson, and also a link in my link tree to support Lena and her family.
And all the other
That's the most
little
important.
charities we
And-
stumbled upon
yes,
in that
and-
process.
Yeah, if you're wondering if you're feeling helpless and you don't know how to help out, that's a way to help someone directly. So very easy. Even just a share.
Go
Yeah.
to the show description, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it'll say Bri's links, and it'll be down there. Click on the link tree. It'll be in that bad boy.
Thank you,
Click on
guys.
it. Help these folks out, brothers and sisters. Man,
Thank you.
I'm really pumped for you, man. Happy Women's History Month. We've really been ringing that bell.
Speaking of which, we're gonna get a cowbell for the studio.
You're
Yeah.
welcome for having me
Yes.
as an ally.
Yes.
I really am a team
No.
player.
Yeah.
Not an Axis party kind of guy.
Yeah.
Where would we be
Jesus
without you?
Right. Where
Yeah.
Where would the Days Grimm be without a good old fashioned 1940s joke? Thanks
Right.
a lot, Tom. No, but seriously, you guys could have been doing anything tonight on a Sunday evening. You took
Yeah.
time to come out here and say hello and talk on the podcast. So seriously, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you, Bri.
Thank you so much to you guys as well.
Yeah, man. So I don't have any further questions. Do you have any further questions? Last minute mentions?
I
Notes?
think this has been a thrilling episode of the Days Grimm podcast. My name is Thomas Grimm,
My name is Brian Day.
and this has been Bri Gipson.
Gipson.